What is up, everybody? Solomon here. I do not want to have any pretenses with an introduction in this video. I think that I may have stumbled across something extremely big. So I was looking through Google Patents today, doing targeted searches, and I stumbled across this. This patent is entitled Distributed Credit Ecosystem. This patent's current assignee is Synchrony Bank. Now, before I get into exactly what this patent deals in, because it does directly mention XRP for settlement purposes, I want to tell you a little bit about who Synchrony Bank is. Synchrony Bank is a financial services company that specializes in consumer lending and has 80 million active accounts. The consumer finance business, aka Synchrony Bank, is the largest issuer of private label credit cards in the United States. They offer savings products through their FDIC-insured bank, Synchrony Bank. Private label credit cards in the United States. Have you ever went onto Amazon's website and they say you can get 15% off if you apply for the Amazon credit card? Well, this is it. And thank you to Darren for sharing this with me. This is Amazon.com. We can see / Synchrony Bank. This is the Amazon card here. Interestingly enough, we see the same thing with PayPal. Does Synchrony Bank own PayPal? With the completion of the transaction, PayPal and Synchrony have extended their existing co-brand consumer credit card program agreement, and Synchrony is now the exclusive issuer of the PayPal Credit online consumer financing program in the United States through 2028. We'll get into a little bit about how large Synchrony is, because I just barely scratched the surface there after we get through this patent that directly mentions XRP for settlement. Pay attention to the name here, everybody, okay? We know that they're the largest issuer of private label credit cards in the United States. This patent is entitled Distributed Credit Ecosystem. The abstract kind of description of what this patent is about. A framework is provided for an automated and distributed system, including onboarding to a network, utilizing a digital ledger, payment processing and settlement, and a data marketplace in which users control access to their data. The ledger is stored within a distributed architecture. The ledger includes blocks, blah, 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 blah. Here's where it comes down to the actual boiling point, what I think is ridiculous, what they have in here, what the implications of this document and this patent potentially mean. This patent in figures 12 through 14 illustrate an example of a process of a transaction settlement in accordance with an embodiment. An embodiment of this system can assist in settling transactions. The system can act as a bridge that connects users and merchants to external payment rails. The system can also connect traditional payment rails, for example, VisaNet or BankNet, or new rails such as RippleNet that utilize a blockchain. The following are flows that can be utilized to run a transaction. All these network components here, right? A create obligation flow can include the following parameters: quantity, e.g. currency; a token, e.g. currency code and type; a role, e.g. obligor or obligee; a counterparty name; a due date; and whether the transaction is anonymous. The bread and butter of this entire document, ladies and gentlemen, as they are directly talking about XRP being used as a settlement mechanism in this distributed credit ecosystem via Synchrony Bank. A novel obligation flow can be called that facilitates obtaining exchange rates between different currencies. For example, when changing between fiat currencies like USD to cryptocurrencies like XRP, Party B can request the USD/XRP exchange rate from an oracle and update the transaction. The transaction can then be signed by a notary cluster and distributed to the other party. They're legitimately talking about utilizing figures 12 through 14 show these actions, the settlement oracle, and they talk about reaching out and settling with XRP in this distributed credit ecosystem. What exactly does this potentially deal in? Well, we already said 80 million active accounts. We already said they're the largest issuer of private label credit cards in the United States. Now we know they are the first credit card company to join R3's Distributed Ledger Consortium all the way back in 2016. Interestingly enough, what do we see here? Right in the same patent, we see core-to-settler system and payment rails. We know that core-to-settler, the first digital asset to be able to interoperate with core-to-settler, was XRP. We know the second mechanism to be able to interoperate with core-to-settler was GPI through SWIFT. This is absolutely gigantic in my opinion. We already talked about PayPal. Synchrony is now the exclusive issuer of the PayPal Credit Online Consumer Financing Program. They have exclusivity. Anytime that you go into one of these private label stores and somebody says, hey, do you want to save 15%? If you open up a credit card with us today, you can do so. That all flows through Synchrony. And let's pay attention to the patent name, Distributed Credit Ecosystem. Here's the full list of Synchrony's credit cards. American Eagle, Banana Republic, BP Visa, One Travel, Chevron and Texaco, Gap, Lyft, Marvel MasterCard, Nissan, Norwegian Reward Card, Old Navy, PayPal, eBay, Sam's Club. Run down the gamut here, ladies and gentlemen. Verizon, Walmart. Then they have all of their store cards here. Amazon. I mean, this is absolute insanity in my opinion. If this is what's potentially going to be utilized, and XRP is a mechanism that settles across this distributed credit ecosystem, we're talking a lot. By the numbers for Synchrony, 89 years of history, $62.8 billion in deposits, $139 billion in finance sales, 68.5 million active customer accounts, 16,500 employees. A few of our partners, we can see it right here. I am not going to sugarcoat anything. This is gigantic. If this comes to fruition, it's just one little cog in the wheel that we know is happening in the blockchain distributed ledger space. One little cog in the wheel that we know that XRP is essentially going to facilitate from a utility-based mechanism. This is gigantic. This is absolutely huge. The largest issuer of private label credit cards in the United States, directly talking about a distributed credit ecosystem that utilizes XRP as a settlement rail in that ecosystem. I hope you guys have a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you happen to be. This is not financial advice, and this is not for entertainment purposes only. I hope you guys do your own research, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I will talk to you when I talk to you later.